Today I am going to make some tacos with leftover prime rib. We had prime rib for Christmas. We have a few slices left over, and I'm gonna make some crunchy tacos. So stay tuned and see how I do it. So let's get cooking. I'm gonna make a little salsa here. We call it salsa rojo. This is one of my husband's favorite. We make it pretty spicy, so therefore I'm using a whole bunch of chili japonés. My mom can't have too much spicy food, so I'm gonna just make the salsa pretty spicy and not the meat. So what I'm doing is I'm roasting up a tomato and a garlic and a piece of onions. I'm gonna put these also right here. And just watch them closely because those chilies will toast up pretty quick. Just keep turning everything just until you get that really nice little char you want. Once those all get charred up, I'm gonna put it into my little blender here. All right, let's get started on the sauce for the meat. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in this pot some tomatoes, an onion, 2 garlics, and a little bit of chicken bouillon. And these chilies. Now I'm using chili guajillos. You can use New Mexico chilies, you can use California chilies, but these are my favorite. So we're gonna use this to season up the meat. What you wanna do is just take that stem off and then just take out your seeds. I have a pretty good blender, so that would blend up all the seeds, but it tends to get a little bit bitter when I've noticed when I leave in the seeds. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove all of the seeds and the little vein and the stem from the chili. And I'm gonna add it to this pot. So I'm going to continue to remove all the seeds. Then I'm going to go clean these chilies off, rinse them off in some water. After you finish rinsing the chilies off, put it in your pot. Add some water. Oh my gosh, I got a little carried away pouring that water in there. But just make sure it comes, and just bring it to a boil. you want your tomato, I don't know if you can see it, to be getting charred for your salsa. Dump those little seeds out because it's getting spicy in here. Okay, once you get your tomato toasty, all cooked up, all broiled up, put it in your blender. I'm gonna let it cool down just a little bit before I start to blend. Let's get our other pan ready to fry up the meat. I'm gonna put in just a little bit of oil in here. And the salsa is ready to be made. Once all of your vegetables have boiled, chilies, and let that cool off a little bit. Now for your tortillas, you can put them on the comal and warm them up and then do it, but what I do is just very simply put them in a paper towel and put them in the microwave for about a minute. You just want to soften them up so that they won't crack when you make your tacos. So I'm just gonna go put it in the microwave for about a minute. Get your salsa roja ready. Woo! Woo! Woo, it's spicy! Okay, you want to taste it for salt. It is spicy! Spicy, spicy, but it needs some salt. I'm going to put some salt in here. Pour it into serving bowl. Ooh, it's good. I got sniffles now. But I'm gonna use this little chip here that I have, and I'm gonna taste it. It's really spicy. Woo. I have the cilantro and the cheese and the lettuce for the taco toppings, and now I have the little salsa here. Woo! I'm dying! So my husband tasted the salsa and he said I needed some more salt and to put a lemon in it, but I don't usually put a lemon in it. He never knows that, I guess, but I'll go ahead and do it. I'm gonna put a little bit of lemon. And some more salt. I'm gonna leave it right there. And I'm going to leave these lemons on the side for my husband in case he wants to put it on his taco. Guys, I'm gonna prepare the meat. I'm gonna put it in the pan here. I am going to start blending the sauce. Now the meat is pretty flavorful from the prime rib seasoning that we put on it. So I'm gonna try to stay away from too much salt, but I do want to give it a little bit of a Mexican taste. So I'm gonna add some cumin and I'm gonna put it into the blender here. And a little bit of pepper and just a little bit of salt, not too much. Because remember, I already put some chicken bouillon in there also when I was boiling it. And I'm gonna blend it, and I'm gonna blend it for quite some time because I want any of the seeds that might be left over and the skin of the chilies to really get blended in. Alright, so the meat is cooking better over here. This thing doesn't get as hot, but I'm going to pour my salsa into the pan of meat. I'm going to let it simmer in here until the sauce gets a little bit thick and the meat really takes on these flavors. So maybe about 20 minutes. I'm going to taste it for seasoning, see if I need anything. And I think we can use some more salt. I'm going to put in the rest of this cumin that I have and the salt and pepper that I had measured out on this little plate. All right, I'm going to turn it down. To a simmer, and I'm gonna clean up and I'll be back. So I have a small pan with some oil in there that got hot. I am going to put the meat. I took some of the meat out of the pan and put it here. I'm gonna put some meat in here. I think I'm gonna put a little bit of cheese. And you wanna just put it into your pan like that, and you're going to have to hold it for a little bit. Just using a chopstick because I'm better at it than the tongs. The tongs seems to rip the tortilla for me, so I'm just going to do it this way. So, you know, the meat's already cooked. You just want the cheese melted. So you just want these to get toasty brown on the outside. Remember, they're very crunchy. Supposed to be very crunchy. Turn them over. Ooh, look at that nice golden brown color. You can do 2 at a time. Do it however you want to do it. Sometimes I don't trust myself cooking too many at a time because I'll burn them. So I'm gonna do another one. I'm feeling brave. Once it gets golden brown, you can take them out. Now I have a little rack over here that I'm just going to set it on just so it can drain.